That one just felt like a gut punch, didn't it? You win the opener, barely, but you win. And you go into game two and you take a 2-0 lead early. And with Kevin Gausman on the hill, you feel pretty confident. Bottom of the third, Tyler Heineman just, again, we're beating ourselves. You just can't be doing that. And then bottom of the fifth, obviously, was the knockout blow as Brent Rooker goes deep. Jays can't come back. They get opportunities. They can't drive in the big run. And they lose 4-3. Now, still have a chance to win the series tomorrow and go into the break having won back-to-back series. And go into the break, what would it be? 16 games over the 500 mark, and at the very least 2 games ahead of the Yankees at the top of the American League East. Right? So you still have that opportunity tomorrow. The Yankees lost today, which you wanted to win this ball game and be 3 games up. You're playing the Athletics. You wanted that bad. You didn't get it. Let's talk about it, though. Top of the second inning, Leo Jimenez, first homer of the season, and it puts the Jays up 1-0. We're like, all right, good. Contributions down the lineup. Beautiful stuff. Top of the third inning. Bo Bichette doubles to center field, scoring Ernie Clement. Jays had a 2-0 lead. We're thinking, okay, all right, let's keep this thing rolling here. Good early offense. Couple zeros from Gausman. This is a really nice start to the ball game. Problem is, this is where the wheels start to fall off in the top of the third inning. You know, Denzel Clark, I believe it was like a little dribbler in front of home. Tyler Heineman gets it, fires to first. It's bad. It's bad. Commits the error, and you get the leadoff base runner on. Not what you want to see. He ends up going to second base. Next batter, Lawrence Butler drives him in. It's 2-1. You get that first out, it changes everything in the inning. Then you get, so now it's 2-1, guy at first with still nobody out. You get Jacob Wilson to fly out to deep right, so you got one away. But then, Nick Kurtz reaches on catcher's interference. So another thing for Tyler Heineman in the inning. Now there's 2 on and 1 out. And Brent Rooker hits an RBI double, scoring Lawrence Butler, and we're tied. You just cannot beat yourself. If a team's going to go out there and just outslug you and just out-hit you and, hey, just flat out beat you, fine. But when you're beating yourselves, that's what I have a problem with. Especially in games like this where you have the lead against a team that you should beat and you're just giving it away. It just sucks. Then bottom of the fifth inning, Brent Rooker goes deep. It's a 2-run shot, scoring Nick Kurtz. And it's a 4-2 ball game. Jays offense going quiet. They only had 6 hits in this game. But at the top of the 8th inning, they have a golden, and I mean golden, opportunity. Vladdy walks because it just seems like that's the only thing he can do recently. That or hit singles. Or at least balls on the ground. But he walks. Then Bo doubles to left center field. So Vladdy at third. Second and third with nobody out. Tying run in scoring position. Nobody out. Kirky drives one to deep center. It's caught by Clark. Both guys tag up. So you got to run now. It's 4-3. And Bo is at third with 1 out. The tying run is 90 feet away. They bring in the lefty Sean Newcomb to face Addison Barger. Yeah, he strikes him out. Then he faces Leo Jimenez. Yeah, he strikes out. And the golden opportunity there, gonzo. And now you got to face Mason Miller in the ninth. Then you have an opportunity. Joy Loperfido walks. They end up bunting him over with Nathan Lucas. But then you don't do squat the rest of the way. And in his ball game, you lose, right? You get Ernie called out on strikes. George Springer called out on strikes. Nobody swings the bat. Just watch a strike 3 go by, and you lose 4-3. It's a painful way to lose. It truly is. But I'm not going to overdo it. I'm not going to dwell on it too much. We have 1 game before the deadline. Let's just get there, and get there with a win, please. Ernie Clement, 2 for 5 of the runs scored today. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. and George Springer, both offers. Look, guys, I know George Springer went on that crazy heater, and we were talking about how he's so back. And again, the season numbers, he's been incredible. And he's going to have ebbs and flows. That's baseball. But since the second game of the Angel series, where I believe I was there for that one, where he went 2 for 6, hit the home run. Since then, he went 0 for 4, 0 for 5. And then he had the perfect 2 for 2 with a run scored, an RBI, walked twice against the White Sox, which was awesome. Came in for a pinch hit at bat against the White Sox. 0 for. Athletics, 0 for 5 yesterday, 0 for 5 today. So, He has struggled this past week. Now, what does that mean moving forward? I don't really care too much because I have the confidence in him that he'll bounce back. But tough one, right? Your three guys didn't get a hit. They were 0 for 7 with a couple walks. It's not good enough, right? Bo Bichette in the 4-hole, 2 for 4, drove in a run. You'll take that any day of the week. That's the Bo Bichette special, right? He's going to get hits for you. You know that. What's he hitting now on the season? He's hitting 283. The OPS, I'm guessing, is up near 750. Yeah, 762 going into play today. Hit a couple doubles today. That's going to go up. I believe he's top 10, top 5 in the American League or in baseball in doubles. So, again, he's producing. And that's why he's in the 4-hole. Other than that, 1 for 4. Leo Jimenez hit the homer. Miles Straw went 1 for 2. That's it. You had 6 hits. You're just not going to win many games that way. You really aren't. Regardless of the pitching, regardless of how Tyler Heineman behind the dish, 6 hits is just not going to cut it. All right, you also struck out 13 times today. You struck out a lot yesterday. Walked 5 times. So if you look at the starting pitcher, Jacob Lopez. Last time the Jays saw him, they teed off on him at Rogers. Yeah, he was much better today. Pitching wise for the Blue Jays, look, Kevin Gausman wasn't great. Let's be honest. 5 innings, 5 hits, 4 runs, 3 of which were earned. Struck out 2, walked 2, allowed the 2-run shot. It wasn't great against, an Athletics offense that isn't particularly great, but they have some dangerous hitters. And, of course, you got beat by their best in Brent Rooker. But wouldn't it be nice for the Blue Jays' best player or highest paid player to have a big hit for you? It would be nice. It really hasn't. Since game 1 of that Yankee series, I just haven't seen diddly squat from Vlad. I actually don't even know what the numbers are recently from him. So he had a couple hits against the White Sox, a couple hits against the Athletics there yesterday. But let's see. Can I see total bases? Yeah, it won't show me total bases, unfortunately, in this. But I believe, again, it's just probably a lot of singles. It has not been fun to watch for Vladdy this season, this first half. He had the OPS over 800, all this great stuff. Can you please focus on my face? Thank you very much. But it's just that he doesn't feel dangerous. And that just cannot happen from your best hitter in your 3-hole. All right? Pitching-wise, we talked about it. Kevin Gausman, no good. Tommy Nance, Justin Brule, and Chad Green all came in relief. Look, they held the fort. They allowed their team to possibly have a chance. All clean innings, all allowed hits. Tommy Nance had 2 strikeouts. Brule had a strikeout. Chad Green a strikeout. And you don't allow any runs. They did their job. On to tomorrow, the finale of the series. And look, regardless of what happened today, you go out there tomorrow, you win the series. And then you look back at it. If we look back at it at the All-Star break, you'd be at the very least 2 games ahead of the Yankees. You're 16 games over the 500 mark. You have won 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 consecutive series. And then you go prior to the White Sox series. You won the Diamondbacks. You would have won 7 of your last 8 series going into the break. It still can be all positive vibes going into the break, but you got to find a way to do tomorrow. Jose Berrios gets the start for the Blue Jays. Jeffrey Springs, the lefty, for the Athletics at 405, first pitch in Sacramento. I don't care how you do it, fellas. Do a job. I know guys are 1 foot in, 1 foot out because their vacation is just around the corner. I get it. Find a way to go out there and do a job. All right, so you know what, guys? That's going to do it for this one. If you enjoyed the video and not this game today, hit the like button. Do appreciate it. Hit the subscribe button. Yes, not done so already. Comment down below your thoughts on the video, thoughts on the game, what you like, what you not like from today's game for the Toronto Blue Jays. Twitter, Discord, Instagram, TikTok. All that stuff is down below, so follow up there if you haven't done so already. I will talk to you guys, Jays Vision, of course, tomorrow, finale of the series, and I'm going to be going to college Monday to Friday, so I'll just be completely zoned out after that. All right, 4:05 first pitch tomorrow. Jays Athletics in Sacramento. Jeffrey Springs, the lefty on the mound for the Athletics. Jose Berrios gets the bump for the Blue Jays, looking to go into the break on a winning note in a multitude of ways. Thank you so much for listening and watching. I hope you enjoyed the video and not this game today. We'll talk to you guys then.